can see it's a Chinese brush. All the Chinese guys use them, all the Oriental types. So I figure the Norwegians can use them too. So we're going to soak the paper a little bit right here. Now obviously the more you soak the paper, that'll flow hard. The more you soak the paper, where's my little thumbnail here? This is live TV here, folks, so every now and then you're going to see me referring to things like this that I kind of need. So here's how I clean my palette right here. Before I sprayed this just on the paint without the paper towel, the paint went everywhere, so it splattered everywhere. So now I do this. This, I gotta tell you, this is actually gouache right here. It's as opposed to watercolor. And the reason I do that is because watercolors, I think, twice as expensive as gouache, and it doesn't accomplish anything more than the gouache use is a watercolor kind of a thing. You can see I've got all my handy dandy things right here, which I always carry in just such an emergency. I bought these cool little things right here. See these little things right there? Isn't that great? And I squeeze the tube, and I guess I get as much out of it as I possibly can. Boy, these watercolors and gouaches, they come in these tiny little tubes. And the only thing bigger than this are the blacks and the whites. Apparently they are used a lot more than most stuff right here. To get this this color right here, I put some lemon yellow in there and orange. Now the thing is, this lemon yellow is very weak, so the tiniest bit of orange, yellow, and whatever the other one is. So now we mix it, okay? And you can see a big change about to happen here. The beautiful light yellow color is going to be turning into an orange, just with the littlest bit in there. So what that means to you guys is, after all, I am addressing you guys out there, girls too, is that you can mix your own colors right here. This is a light yellow, obviously. This is a darker yellow right here, but it's got a lot of color to it. This is yellow ochre next to it, and it's this color is one of these that dries out a lot. What a pain, right? I need to hire an assistant to do this kind of nonsense for me. They had that kind of stuff back in the 1910s, the 20s and 30s, even up to like the 40s, maybe 50s. All these new guys that would come into the art studios would be apprentices, and they would start at the bottom. They would clean people's brushes, scrape their palettes off, and put new paint on there. All the stuff that I wish I had someone else to do. Maybe I could talk Gina when they do that one of these days. She's busy 24 hours a day. Of course, if I can get her to not sleep, there may be possibilities there. So, paper towels are always hanging around the dude abode. I keep white here, which we're hopefully not going to use. I want to see if I can be a purist. Oh God, I'm such a snob. Okay, so, and there's another white over here. This is for the cools, and this is for the warms, supposedly. They get mixed up a lot because it's easier for me to do that, and then I have to go like this right here. That's the part I need an apprentice for. So anyone that wants to come over and need my paint right here, you're hired, okay? Minimum wage, don't get greedy. Oh, I should tell you about my palette here. This is standard stuff in all the art videos. They go through all their colors like it's some kind of a magic thing. It is not. It's so basic. It's so simple. You need colors to paint with, okay? These are all the colors I need right here. I don't need anything more than this. These are all the warms, the red, the darker red, the brown color, which is a red with black in it. Here's a light green. All this stuff is stubborn right here. And a dark, kind of a bluish green. You know how when cats are, needing pillows or blankets or something, I just get a dick, a worthless dick, and put some gloves in here and have her knead the paint right here. I think that's a good idea. I have a lot of good ideas. Okay, so we're going to smush the paint a lot right here, get it really ready to go. I know this is not too exciting. It's what is exciting is watching paint dry. Actually, watching people paint on these various videos we see on YouTube or wherever else they are, there's a reason why they speed them up. Because I've seen some of these guys, when they don't speed up their demos, it is, I swear to God, as interested as I am in some of their speeded up ones, I can last about a minute watching this stuff in real time. That's why we at the Dude Studios are really big on, what is the word, alacrity? That means I try to move fast and keep things entertaining. And when I'm done entertaining myself, I bring in the dancing monkeys and the chorus girls, and Flowhard over there is going to do her little stupid pet tricks. So you see I have two different kinds of water here. One is clean and one is going to get dirty. It gets dirty really fast. So here we go, wiping this palette clean. This is a John Pike palette. These are, honestly, these are the only palettes that I've ever found worthy of painting on. Why is that, Steve? Because there's a lot of room to paint in. Most of these palettes have these weird sectional things that drive me crazy. I don't want bumps when I'm trying to mix a lot of paint here. A lot of guys, expert watercolorists, use far less than the mixing space I have here. But of course, me being the smart guy that I am, I only go for the big stuff. The big brushes and the big palette. Painting is messy work, so we're getting a little warping going on here. Well, this is too bad. This is, what is this, 300 pound? Yeah. Yeah, don't let that weird pound thing fool you, okay? Because paper comes in pounds. And this is, the really cheap, skinny stuff is like 90 pound. The next thing is like 150, a little thicker, and then 300, which is what I use here. And the really thick stuff, you could probably cook on it. It's so thick. Is the 500 pound. So let's see what we got here, okay? Now that we've got our palette ready to go. Normally I skip this stage, but I know how exciting you guys are about watching this incredibly bizarre process here. We're going to go like this right here, and a lot of these guys paint flat, so let's do that, okay? Let's try to paint flat here so we don't get these runoff things going on. This is Arches paper right here. My favorite is actually Fabriano, but you know, we have. I wanted to try both, you know, because I'm just that kind of a guy. I'm going around stuff. There's obviously no frisking going on here because I don't like them. Oh, I kind of like those skip things going on there with her hair. Now the other big trick, you're going to love this, is something I call wiping. If this thing is wet, you just wipe it, okay? It's not a total wipe off kind of a thing, but it's darn close. Let's turn Gwen to the side here. Hopefully I won't get my fingerprints in here, which is a constant worry and something that's guaranteed to happen. I've never had a painting where I didn't stick my finger in it in a very bizarre way. So if we need more paint, stick it in the paint thing and get more paint. See, clever, huh? Working this big is hard because, why is it hard, Steve? It's hard because it's hard to judge proportions in a big thing. That's why I work small, and I blow up that drawing and transfer it onto here, okay? Here's some of the wiping stuff going on here. And here's some of the pretty blue color that I want to get a little lighter. The cool thing about watercolor, when it's not driving me crazy, is to lighten it, you don't need white like you do with every other kind of paint. You just need you just need boy, are we getting retarded already here? You just need to mix water into it, and that is part of the fun of working with transparent watercolor, much of which you can't even see right now. This is the word to you guys that use these tiny brushes. You know how much I hate that, so stop doing that. Look at the size brush I'm working with right here. This is a size brush that the Chinese guys do and the Korean types, and it works just fine. So don't be afraid of bigger brushes right here, okay? You don't want to be one of these sissies and use these tiny, oh, I just love this right here. I see people on YouTube using a brush this size right here. Don't do that. Be a man or a woman and don't do that. I'm going to try to pick up some of the paint right here on this side because, oh, this is the shadow side. So a little bit that goes into the shadow side is not a big deal. How are we doing here, Steve? Just fine, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Okay, let's look at a little color rough here. Now we're going to grab some of the ultramarine, which is a darker blue, and we're going to, this is great. It's so much fun. Until I screw up, then I'm going to get pissed. So we've got this wet in the wet, my favorite term. To me, it's just wet. And how wet is it? Well, as they say in Johnny Carson, this is very wet. And the very simple rule about watercolor is, the wetter it is, the more the paint will bleed. Now you can see this paper is taking it very well right here. And this is probably already dry. Remember, we are in the desert with the tarantulas and the roadrunners. Flowhard, how you doing over there? Now we do something really smart, and we go over here, completely off camera, and we are going to come over to the fan. So if you're a fan of fans, this is clearly the way to go right here. We set it on high so no one can hear me. So far, so good, people, right? Oh, by the way, I've lost some weight. That's always a good thing. Remember, if you're an artist and you work at home, you don't have to dress up. You can come up here in your pajamas or underwear or thongs or whatever you feel like doing and get to work. Cool, huh? Everyone should be an artist to find out what it's like. Okay, so while we're watching paint dry, always exciting, I'm going to show you some more things right here. Flowhard here is ready to get on camera right here. She's a camera hog, and I don't know why that is, but she is. I want to show you something here. So this is the kind of stuff I work on for practice. And you can see that I'm always practicing. People would have the mistaken notion that I practice because I'm disciplined. Uh, no, no, I'm no more disciplined than anyone else. I just do it because it's fun. It's not work. It's playtime and it's fun. Here's another experimentation on the back here. This is kind of what I'm trying to do with Gwen. And you know, there's another piece over here. Follow me, guys. Where is it? Is it here? Oh, here's my stuff of screwing around here. You know, I just had this bloody thing hanging out. And of course, this is part of the retardation factor that comes with aging. I simply don't know where I put things anymore. I think my brain's getting full. Oh, here it is. Is this it right here? Oh, yes, of course. I knew it the whole time. So let's move this junk out of the way here. This is my pastel area. I wanted to show you guys this right here. Come on over to the couch right here. We're gonna move to a more intimate setting right here. See, my producer's getting dizzy, so I have to knock that off. These little things that you, when you cut your paper to size, I use these scraps all the time. Nothing goes the way what he said to do to boat here. Practice, practice, practice. When you stop going to school and you have no teachers in your life anymore, you have to be your own teacher. And that's what I try to do. Practice, 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 screwing up all the time, and having an occasional success. This is a combination of transparent flowhard. Just being shy. Oh, you decided to come out of your hole? Good, Floey. Put her there, partner. Shake. 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 Yes. Okay. God, lay it on me.
Would love to see a future video where you go through your library.
Oh, my library, huh? Well, first off, we need a librarian. But then I could do it, okay? Because you look at all the books we've got here. This is the entire